What up? What up, DCC? Uh, Human beings are evil. The scriptures, which y'all know I do believe in, although I only read two versions of the scriptures that are sound, that are very close to what the original scriptures say, you know. Uh, the scriptures talk about the evil of human beings. There's this notion about good people and bad people. The scriptures actually tell us that no one is good. No one seeks God. Nope. In fact, God has locked up all in stubbornness so that he may save all. So, see, God has to be the one to save human beings from their evil. And he will. All human beings that have ever lived. I believe even the demons and the fallen angels will be saved as well. Oh, yeah, I sure do. But I digress on that for now. The reason I'm bringing this up is because, well, dog culture is a reflection of the evil within human beings. Absolutely. I find that today, or I've realized in my 33 years of living, or in my rather more recently, but I've realized that most human beings are absolute psychopaths. Mm-hmm. Um, we invite danger. We like violence. We are perverse in many ways. And I don't exempt myself. I don't exclude myself at all. Because I have a lot of fucked up ways about me, you know. But I'm a very self aware person. And I reflect on myself a lot. That's why I can make these conclusions. Because I look at myself first. And a lot of the fucked up things inside me, I see inside everybody. And with this self-awareness comes a greater degree, for me anyway, of control. Relatively speaking, because I don't even believe we have free will. I don't believe we have a lick of free will at all. But again, I digress. So, I'm able to clearly see through people. And with nutters, you are just looking at a bunch of psychopaths and sadistic individuals. Yes, people who not just hate themselves, but hate humankind, especially children. Why they hate children more? I believe it's just like their dogs, like their mutts. We know that mutts attack children, or prefer to attack children more than adults, and prefer to attack women more than men. Basically, in other words, they like to attack the weak. They hate the weak. The weak are prey to them, right? So, in the same way, these psychopath nutters look at children the same way their dogs look at children, with hatred, with malice, contempt, and something worthy to be killed, and something worthy, something worthy to be killed. So that's why these nutters have no problem allowing dogs into our society to maul, maim, and murder our children. And this is facts. This is facts. And the fact that most people you run into are nutters to some degree or another, or go along with the nuttery just to keep the peace, they're no better. They're no better. uh, lets you know most that human beings are evil, okay, and that we're fighting a spiritual war between good and evil, which good will win in the end, but evil has to seemingly win first. See, things got to get worse before they get better. Our Savior, our Black Messiah, might I add, uh, spoke these things. These things are talked about. Revelation. You can't talk to most Christians because most Christians are not believers. They don't actually believe in the scriptures, which is why not only do they fight for this world to continue going on the way it's going, they completely ignore what the scriptures say about dogs. Completely ignore it. Will not talk about it. Even though the scriptures prove that their love for dogs is not only evil, it's perverse, it's ungodly. God don't like dogs. God hates dogs. Yeah, sure does. And the fact that they love dogs lets you know they do not believe in God. They do not like God. He is simply a cloak for them to feel or project to other people that they're good people and that they're loving and kind and caring people. When the facts couldn't prove more otherwise. Yeah, the fact that they advocate for creatures, beasts, mutants, dangerous ones, evil ones that maul our children and us alike. They advocate for them to be put in society, to be kept in society, and yeah, that's what that is. So I'm mainly making this video to IHD. IHD, I watch you the most, so I'm not coming at you, and neither am I trying to cause disturbance or division or any kind of problems. We have no problem. I'm proposing these things to you because you speak all of these truths in your video, and it just continues to baffle me that you have chosen not to believe in the scriptures, you know? That's relatively speaking, because in the absolute, again, we have no free will, so if you don't believe in something, you weren't given the belief. But I digress on that. It just baffles me. You know these things inside of you. I don't know. Whatever it is that made you turn away from believing the scriptures, I don't know what it is, but my proposal to you, brother, is again just to sit back and reconsider. You said you were a Hebrew Israelite, which I believe they're a cult. I'm not a Hebrew Israelite. I'm with the truth. I don't have to be a Hebrew Israelite to believe that the true Jews and including Christ and the Bible and the Egyptians and so on and so forth were black people. I don't have to be a Hebrew Israelite for that. I wouldn't be a Hebrew Israelite. I think you did a wise thing by getting away from them. But you don't have to discard the truth because you disagree with the antics of said group, of individuals. I think we should always eat the meat and throw out the bone. We can learn a lot of things even from nutters, right? We would not have a lot of our research data if it weren't for nutters. These so-called professional trainers, these dog experts, they give us a lot of our ammunition, right? So we know we can oftentimes use their own words against them, right? Like when they say, it's not safe for children, especially infants and toddlers, to be alone with mutts. Yet these nutters and these people who push nuttery are always promoting, okay, and advertising mutts with children. You see it on TV. You see it everywhere. You see it in, on your phone. You see it in the pet aisle at Walmart. You see it everywhere. So we can use their words against them, their hypocrisy against them. It works in our favor oftentimes. So all I'm saying is this, brother. You don't have to put away your belief in the scriptures. Or I think you're a spiritual person. It appears you are spiritual. You just don't adhere to a particular religion, which neither do I. But see, if I get into my beliefs, we will be here all day, and I don't want to do that. I just and the reason I want you to consider what I'm saying is because it will bring much more clarity to the current situation in this world as a whole. The evil that we're seeing was talked about. It's been talked about. Man has been doing evil since his inception, right? But there has always been a plan to save all of mankind. And I know this is something you probably don't want to hear, but I'm going to just share it anyway. God had a plan to save mankind before they became damned. We have no free will. All this stuff was predestined. So while it seems like dog culture may be winning and nutters may be winning, which they are currently, they will not ultimately win. They may be winning the battles. They're not going to win the war. They can't. They can. They have already been destined to lose. Oh yeah. So I find I find a lot of peace in that, right? And it encourages me to keep crusading, even if it seems like we're losing. We aren't going to have a dog-free society in this current world eon as we know it. But when this eon is destroyed, when all of this evil government is destroyed, and Christ comes to make his kingdom on earth, and there will be a celestial heaven as well, but only certain people go there. But the earthly heavenly kingdom will be dog free. Oh yeah, it's going to be dog free, and any animal that causes or has caused harm to our children and us alike, they will be outside. Yeah, they will be outside of the kingdom. They will be outside of the kingdom, and they will not be allowed to hurt or maim any child any longer. And you can bank on that, IHD. Oh yeah. Oh, and yeah, I just want to throw this out there. As far as what black people have went through, and we know everybody has been through some type of suffering, but the apparent evil that black people have had to suffer in the face of mutts, mutts and nutters, oh, it's going to be turned around. It's going to be turned around. And the people who are ruling this kingdom with Christ, I don't think I have to tell you where I'm going with this. Oh, it won't be no more dogs attacking us. Nope. It sure won't. We'll be up top. We'll be sitting on the thrones. We'll be in the governmental seats. It's gonna be us, buddy. Yeah, let me not get into that too much, because I know, there are all ethnicities of, DCC, and this, I don't want to slight them or disrespect them. There's gonna be all ethnicities in the kingdom as well. But I'm just saying that the ruling class will be none other than, and I digress. And God is going to put it inside of us because we can't do it of ourselves. Like I said, human beings are naturally evil. So it's going to take a supernatural power, the power of God, to make us be able to obey the law to the fullest extent. This is all prophecy, and it's all going to happen. And dogs will be nowhere in sight. Only natural animals. Only natural animals will dwell in this kingdom. Oh, yeah. And animals, I believe animals with representation. If you go and look at the four creatures, you have felines that have representation, birds that have representation, cattle that have representation, and humans that have representation. Remember the four living creatures, right? With the four heads? And the six wings? So you ain't got to worry about a mutt. And I believe that only natural canine or canids, so like the wolf, we may see the wolf. But the mutt, the mutant mutt, the evil, despised scavenger, dead carcass, feces eating, excrement eating, man mutilating creature will be nowhere in sight. So, yeah, IHD, K-Nun, DCC. What do you think? Leave your comments. This is not about race, by the way, and I'm not making it about race or ethnicity or color. No, I'm just letting you guys know what to expect. I'm letting y'all know that there's a bright future for the DCC and for mankind as a whole. These nutters are gonna wake up, and they got a long judgment coming ahead of them. But it's not no eternal hellfire. Nobody's burning in hell for eternity. Nope, not happening. These nutters, these psychopathic evil nutters, and just all evil people in general will have to face their evil one day, and they're going to get their asses handed to them very thoroughly. Oh yeah, in one way or another, they're going to get their asses handed to them, and one day they will learn the error of their way, of their nuttery, of their psychopathy, of their hatred for humankind, of their hatred for themselves, and they will be made whole. They will be made they will be the human beings they were meant to be, not nutters. We were not meant to be nutters or dog lovers or any of that. We were meant to be God-loving creatures, life-giving creatures. So you can rest assured that dog culture is coming to an end. And the fact that it's getting worse is even more of an indicator that it's coming to an end. The fact that the world is getting worse is an indicator that this current world we're living in is coming to an end. And we have a very bright future ahead of us. DCC, shout out to all of y'all.